Which of these personal development mistakes will you make? Hello and welcome to the podcast. My name is Paul Drake. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are all well and you are keeping safe and you are living the best life that you could possibly can be. If not, then hopefully today I can share a bit of light on some of the mistakes you might be making and how we can rectify them and make your life even better. So, first bit of the podcast is going to be a little bit about how you perceive yourself and putting your own things into perspective. So, what I mean by is, how do you perceive yourself? Are you constantly bringing yourself down? Are you constantly beating yourself up about small little mistakes that you make? Are you constantly worrying about how you look in the eyes of other people? So, one of the biggest mistakes we make when we start this personal development path is we're always so critical and hard on ourselves. I've done it. I've personally, when I first started to read the books, I read like one book and I was like, right, this is amazing. I'm going to change. I'm going to do everything. And then I'd start noticing small little habits creeping in all throughout the day. Then it'll get bigger and it get bigger and it get bigger. Before I think, what the hell? I've read this book that's supposed to change my life, but yet I haven't done anything. It's not changed who I am, not changed my personality. I'd feel even worse than what I did before. So, yeah, it takes time. Don't think that after reading one book or doing one course or doing one simple thing will change your life forever, in the sense that you'll imagine how many years you have done a certain thing and created a certain habit. If you have been a certain way for say 10 years, then then you can make a change instantly. Your mental attitude, and you can change instantly if it becomes a big enough must. But that is the first stepping stone. So you can change instantly like that, but then you've got to work on it every single day to make sure the old habits and the old beliefs and the old systems don't come back in. Obviously they will, because you've been doing it for so many years. Your body has already been trained to feel like that. It's already been told, this is how I want you to be, for so many years. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how you've got the mind and then you've got the body. Now the mind used to be in control. It used to be the thing that controlled your emotions, controlled everything like that. But over time, as the years have gone on, you've constantly thought the same thoughts, done the same actions, had the same negative thoughts. You've had everything plan out the same way for so many years that your brain has now been put into sleep mode, and now it's your body that's taken over. So your body's the one that gives you the emotions. Your body's the one that imagine. And like some people think, oh, what are you know about the body's emotion? Right, when you say get angry, or when you get upset, or when you get, where do you feel it most? You don't feel it in your brain. You feel it in your body. You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your system. You feel like, if it's horrible news, like when my cat got run over, it was absolutely devastating. You don't feel that in your head. You feel it all over your body. You feel so depressed and miserable, and just, it comes from your body. So your mind has been put to sleep. So when you start then saying, hang on a minute here, I want to start taking control of my life. So then you start bringing the brain back into it, start thinking and learning and developing. Your body's like, whoa, 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 pal, hang on a minute here. I've been, running this ship for, a fair few years now. I don't need you coming back here. You're not the captain of this ship anymore. I am. So back off. So then that's when it will start giving you these like negative thoughts. Oh, you'll never change. You're not smart enough. You'll be like this forever. So your body's very good at then tricking your mind, thinking, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like that. When in actual fact, it's just a load of bullcrap that your body is then trying to teach your mind to try and get back to sleep, so then it can take over as captain again, because it's got so used to being the captain of the ship, as it were. So one of the main mistakes to make is that it's going to happen instantly. You are going to get the life that you want within a second of you finishing that first book or that first course. Or they are very good for changing the mindset. Once you've changed the mindset and once you've got into that new perspective, that is when you can start developing and learning and becoming better and creating a lot more every single day. I keep using this analogy a lot, but it's like going to the gym. You can't build muscle from the first day that you go. You've got to keep going and going and going, building that discipline, building that resilience, building that, that habit inside you to then create the body that you want. So this is exactly the same. It's like, it's when you think about it, you think, oh, it's a lot of work. But what is the alternative? You can either stay the way you was and you feel pissed off all the time, you feel angry all the time, you feel so frustrated with your life, or you feel trapped, or you feel enslaved, or you feel miserable, or you feel just worthless. Or you can take the other side of it and start improving your life. Yes, you might have setbacks. Just you might think, oh, well, today's not been a very good day. Like yesterday, I've got ulcerative colitis. Not many people know like the full symptoms of ulcerative colitis. It's like one of them illnesses that like you can't see it. So when you say, oh, I've got ulcerative colitis, it's, I get pain in my stomach and inflammation and stuff like that. People just think, it's a bit of IBS. It's not actually, that bad or anything like that. But IBS is, I'm not saying it's not bad, but it is nothing compared to IBD, inflammatory bowel disease. Now, people don't understand how severe it can be. Now, I've been taking medication for a while. I've had it a fair few years. There's you have like prednisolone, which is steroids, which is supposed to reduce the inflammation, and then there's like certain medications that are supposed to put you in remission. Now, I was on this quite serious medication. You have to inject yourself in your stomach every 2 weeks. Now, the side effects of that were very severe. Like, this is what they called rare. They called it 1 in 1,000 supposed to be rare, for rare skin cancers that are incurable. That's how serious some of the side effects are. So, as I was saying, I've got that. I've come off the Humira because I've had another flare-up. Now, this thing is supposed to prevent me from having flare-ups and supposed to stop me from, bleeding and whatever else I'm supposed to do. But it hasn't. So I kind of think, well, what's the point of taking a medication where it's putting me at risk to have these serious cancers and like leukemia and things like that if it's not working? So I've come off that. I've had to take another course of steroids and I'm on them at the minute. Yesterday, I thought, yes, I'm starting to get a bit better. There wasn't much, much symptoms, things like that. I thought, yes, woke up this morning, it's been bad, been very, very bad. So I could even look at that and think, oh, well, my day's ruined now, it's not even cured. And then the stresses build up, the anxiety builds up, and then I start thinking to myself, is it ever going to get cured? Am I ever going to be able to do this? Am I going to... For what? For just the simple fact of just saying, right, well, today, that's a bit worse. But how I deal with it is going to be the thing that dictates how it's going to take over my life. I don't feel bad. I don't feel unhappy. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel stressed. I feel like it's just another day. I'll just get on with the symptoms. I'll get on with it, and I'll just try and be the best and most positive I can be today. So it's how you deal with the situations where if they start creeping back into your life, where you've had like your body telling you you're not good enough, or you've I don't know, you've changed. Think of this scenario where you're the one that's decided to change. You are taking that first leap because you wanted to change your life. But then what you start believing and what you start doing, your partner or your friends or your family might not agree with it. But you know in your heart of heart it's right, and you know that you've finally been woken up from all the rest of the other crap around you, and now you realise that for so many years in your life you've now been woken up, and you've been, you feel absolutely amazing. And all it takes is that one, when you're just a little bit down, like if you woke up, say like today, one little bit where you've taken your mental attitude from being up, down to down, just maybe one level, and all it takes is maybe that one little comment from a person that you love. Oh, well, you look like you've put on weight, or you look a bit different today, or I don't like the way you're being today. Just some little snarky little comment that just probably doesn't even mean anything to you any other day, but today it's felt like it was the worst insult that you could possibly get. It felt like they punched you in the face and kicked you on the floor. And then all it takes is just to then slip back. And then that's it, then your body takes over. I told you you weren't good enough. I told you couldn't change. What's the point? There's no point. That's the thing about most people when they start at the gym. I keep using the gym analogy, but that's what you get for being, a personal trainer and it's just one of them like most easiest things that people can relate with. You want to start training, you want to start losing weight, you want to become, healthier. So when you start the gym, you don't really have enough big enough why. You kind of think to yourself, well, I need to lose weight. I don't really want to do the exercise, but I think I must. I think I should lose weight. Well, first of all, there's your first mistake, because you haven't thought deeply enough of why you want to do it. Now, if you got told, if you don't lose weight, you're gonna die, or if you don't stop eating this food, it's gonna kill you tomorrow, I think you'll pretty much stop it and start exercising straight away. So, if you don't have that there, that urgency, that need for it, then what happens? You start the gym. A week later, you feel all right. You feel good. 2 weeks later, things start creeping back in. You don't feel, you've got enough time anymore. Third week comes in, you feel exactly the same. Fourth week, it's getting to the point where you might have gone once that week. You've started to incorporate more rubbish back into your diet again. So it's very easily done to go from having such a high mindset and high positivity to a low positivity just from not being consciously aware of your thoughts and your feelings. So the main thing is being conscious of how you are throughout the day is going to keep your emotions and your attitude of positivity a lot more elevated than if you were just bumbling throughout the day. Yes, it takes a bit of more energy throughout the day, but as I say, what's the alternative? You want to be keeping your mind active and fresh and feeling good and energized. All starts from, thinking about it all the time. The more you think about it, this is what I go through. When I first started doing the podcast, I went through the 4 stages. Now you've got the first level, which is who do you listen to? Second one, which is your teachability index. How teachable are you? The third stage is training balance scale. So what's the difference between thinking and doing? What's the balance between them? And the fourth stage is your ability, the four levels of ability. So you've got the first one, which is unconscious competence, or the unconscious ability of actually doing some of it. So it means you don't know what you don't know. So before you started doing something, you were oblivious to it. You didn't say you want to learn a new language. You didn't think about learning a new language. So it didn't matter to you. It doesn't matter because you didn't know. Second one is becoming, more competent. So what you've done is realized you want to learn a new language. So you've now decided to get your ability up to consciously thinking about your ability. Next one is when you get to the next level where you're competent. So you're more competent. You're actually able to do it over and over and over again. Obviously, you're a lot better at it because you've been learning about it, you've been putting in the work, you've been taking the actions, and so now your ability level is a lot better than when you first started. You are able to keep your mental attitude, you're able to keep yourself at a higher positivity level more than what you were before, because you've consciously thought about it, you've consciously done what you needed to do for so long that it's starting to become a habit, it starts to become a personality. And then after you've done it for so long and you've learned so much, it becomes a personality which you don't even need to think about. So once you've got to master that certain thing and it's in there and it's imprinted into your brain, obviously you still got to keep working at it, do whatever, but it becomes a habit. You don't need to consciously think about it as much. You don't need to then think about how you're acting, how you're doing, how you're being, how your behavior is, how your attitude is, how your emotions are, because it's imprinted into you already, because you've consciously become top level mastery of it. So don't think to yourself that you have to master something within a day or a week or a month. It takes time. Obviously, some people learn at different levels. Some people learn faster, some people learn slower. Who cares? At the same at the same point of that is some people are scared and worried that the other person is going to get them ahead. I've had this issue myself. Trust me, it's one of them bad situations where you worry about what other people are going to say to you if you aren't where you want to be, say in 6 months' time or a year's time, or you're thinking that person started in the same place as you, but they seem to be twice as far as what the other person is. So don't beat yourself up about how fast you learn or how fast that you are proceeding, because at the end of the day, you can still reach your maximum potential no matter what. And that is what we're going for. We're not going to beat someone else. It's not a competition to see who's the greatest. It's a competition maybe with yourself. Say, right, this week I've done this. Next week, I'm going to be even better. That is it. You don't need to push yourself to the point of, trying to be as good as someone, because then you'll only ever get as good as them. Why not try to be as good as what you can be and how good you know that your potential will be? And the human like mind is like limitless of potential. You've just got to take that step to thinking anything is possible. It's hard to do, and I'm still thinking about that now. Like, because we've had so many limiting beliefs from such a young age, and we've had so much negativity, and we've been told we can't do this, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. As I said earlier, it's like being imprinted into your brain. Your brain is now being like this, so then you thought about it so much, your brain's switched off, and now your body's telling you, right, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that, without even your mind even thinking about how to do it, or how can I change this, or how can I make myself better, so it takes time. Be kind on yourself, and just enjoy life. That's the whole point of this. You're supposed to be enjoying life. You're supposed to be becoming the person that you wanted to be. So that's it for today, guys. Before you go, don't forget, I am interviewing people. So if you want to come on the podcast, leave a comment or come and find me on my social media platforms. Or if you go to freedomlifeschool.com/free-live-workshop, fill out one question, press submit, and then you get a chance to get my free course, which is a 6-week online free workshop. So, yeah, this course is going to be about how to reconnect with yourself to find happiness without other people's judgments, because that is the main thing. So, yeah, if you want to come on the podcast, then I hope to speak to you soon. If not, then, hey, have a great day, and I'll keep on podcasting and hope to bring you some more value. I'll see you again soon.